Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing the I Love Spring tag, and I was tagged by a cat from Katie-tastic. She tagged me relatively recently and I decided I needed to do this tag pretty quickly before spring is over and it's not relevant anymore. So I'm just going to jump right into the question. 1. How is spring where you live? I live in the suburbs of Chicago, and Chicago has really insane weather. It is kind of all over the place because depending on what month it is in the spring realm, it could be really cold, it could be really hot. Today it's like 70 degrees outside. Last week it was snowing. So yeah, there's no real predictability to spring other than the fact that the actual nice spring part of spring usually doesn't last very long. But so far it looks like it's been relatively warm, at least compared to winter. Anything above 50 is warm to me. 2. Most anticipated book released this spring. There isn't a specific brand new book that I am really looking forward to. There aren't like a lot of new releases that I'm like, yes, I will absolutely buy that the day it comes out. But one book that I have been waiting for to come out in paperback is Behind the Beautiful Forevers by Catherine Boo, which was actually announced to be the Nerdfighter book for the summer, or however they call it, book club thing that they do every now and then. So I'm really excited about that. I haven't picked up my copy yet. I'm waiting just a little bit more. Show us a book cover that makes you think of spring. I feel like spring in general is like florals and flowers and things coming into bloom, so I tried to find a book cover with a flower on it, and I have Peony in Love by Lisa C. She wrote Snowflower and the Secret Fan, which I also own but I lent out to a friend, but this beautiful flower, and I feel like even just the colors in general on this cover feel very spring-like to me. Where are you going to read this spring? My reading doesn't necessarily change very much in terms of location, but since it is starting to get a little bit nicer out, there's a very good chance that I will go to local coffee shops and get some coffee or iced tea or something and sit on their outdoor seating areas, which I very much enjoy doing. I don't like reading at like parks or beaches. I don't really go to the beach in general, but I don't really like reading at parks because I'm very particular in how I sit when I read. So reading in the grass doesn't really work for me. I like to lean back against something. Trees are an option, but they usually don't work well because, you know, they're not very comfortable. Find a cover with the sun on it. This is really hard to do, but I finally found one, and it is We the Animals by Justin Torres, and as you can see, there's sun. What are your favorite spring reads? Again, I'm not really like a super seasonal type reader. I kind of just read whatever all the time. Find a book with many different colors on it. This is my go-to book whenever this question seems to pop up in tags, and it is Never Drank the Kool-Aid by Torrey. It's a collection of essays, but this cover is just absolutely gorgeous, and there's just so many different colors on it. It's supposed to be like street art and graffiti and things like that. So yeah, it has lots and lots of colors all over it, and it's also just a really great collection of essays, and I highly recommend it if you're into essays about pop culture. And finally, whom do you tag? I didn't think about this ahead of time, and I know a lot of people have done this tag. I will try to do a little bit of research to see who hasn't and tag them, and then I will leave those names and links to their channels down in the description. Otherwise, as I usually do at the end of my tag videos, I just tag everyone. If you haven't done this tag, feel free to do it, especially now that spring is in full force, at least where I live. Feel free to consider yourself tagged. So yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for watching.